Hello, and welcome back to Thoughts, Feelings, Emotions. I am your host, Dan Weller, and I am joined with you, as always, by excellent co-host, Danny Frankham.
Please stop saying it like that. Anyway, hello!
I will never change it. It is staying like this forever. It is my intro. Bite me.
Yeah, great, cool. Let's get on with it.
Let's start the podcast off. What the F have you been up to? What have you done the past week that you would recommend?
Well, Winter Soldier and the Falcon. Not the right way around. But...
Don't do that ever again, please.
No, it's great. Everyone loves it that way around. The Winter Soldier and the Falcon. It rolls off the tongue. Alphabetically and phonetically. Everyone's favorite way of pronouncing that way round.
No.
I watched episode 2 and episode 1 we watched last week, and yeah, it's pretty good. Getting interesting. Won't spoil anything. We've got that coming up soon.
Still yet to watch the second episode? I will do.
By the time this comes out, I'm hoping you will have, because
yeah, I'm hoping so too.
There was a miscommunication on when we were meant to record our episode 1 review, so we'll probably end up tying them together. So apologies about that.
That's fine.
What have you been up to?
I watched Deadpool 2 just now.
On Disney Plus?
Yeah, on Disney Plus.
Hey.
Great as always, and that's all I've done.
Nice. Speaking of violent superhero movies, Invincible has released its first 3 episodes on Amazon Prime, and it's a animated comic book movie, TV series, similar to The Boys. So it's like a gritty, realistic take on superheroes, but it's a cartoon, so they can do outrageous violence without limitations of CGI budgets and everything. And it's really good. I'd never heard of this before. I just casually went on Amazon today, and it apparently was just first 3 episodes are out, and it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. I hope the momentum keeps up.
I might check it out
for anyone.
I kind of actually want to find something new to watch, so I'll go into it.
It's a lot of fun. Very dark, but has lighthearted moments. But it's generally a lot of fun to watch. And it's quite long. Like the episodes are like 45 minutes.
Oh wow, that actually is long for an animated show.
Yeah. I won't. Well, if Dan watches this, we'll probably do a full review at the end of its runtime. Hopefully, I don't know how many episodes there is. I literally just found out about this today. And I have generally enjoyed it quite a bit. Highly recommended.
All right, I will check out. I will follow your recommendations, and I will let you know next week if I agree with your recommendations.
To be honest, I'd recommend this over The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And that surprises me quite a bit.
Like, that talk can get you shanked down the ends.
Nah, it's more dissing on Justice League will get me shanked in an alleyway, but I do that anyway. So. It's the same sort of thing for The Boys, where it's like they have the Justice League knockoff characters who have similar powers and look slightly similar, just so you know.
Right, of course.
But it's that sort of parody of them. But no, I think it's based off of a popular comic book, obviously, because otherwise it wouldn't get adapted. But no, generally enjoyable. Hopefully the series keeps up.
All right. Thank you for your contribution. And let's move on to Stream That Movie News Into My Head.
Yeah, let's go.
And to start off, we've got a big one, which is Marvel's Black Widow is to debut on Disney Plus and in theaters on the same day.
Yeah, it's been moved again as well
to
July 9th in the I think in the UK,
yes,
or America.
I'm happy about that.
Well, it's the day after my birthday, so
that's also good.
I'm very happy. Although I'm hoping cinemas are open because I really want to go and watch this in a cinema.
Well, under current government guidelines, cinemas are opening up in May.
Right, so hopefully we'll be able to watch this in a cinema.
Yeah.
But if not, because also this is probably going to debut for, at least in the UK, £20 or $19.99.
What, on Disney Plus?
Which is,
yeah.
Which is, I think, the standard across the board of what they've done. I think that was how much Mulan cost, and I think that's how much Raya than The Last Dragon or whatever that animated Pixar movie is, or Disney movie.
I think I would much rather watch it in cinema.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of these, is you want to go and watch it. It's not like a Justice League where you're just going to sit for 4 hours in your home and you can watch other stuff. I want to watch this in a movie theater. I love going to the movie theater on my birthday when it's just like, boom, go in there, watch it, bam. I always book 2 weeks off for my birthday anyway, so I will have the free time to go see it day one.
You will?
Yeah. Hopefully by then, it won't be a dangerous hellhole to go to a cinema.
I probably won't watch it day one, but I will definitely go and watch it.
You will have to watch it for this, because
I will watch it. Of course I'll watch it. I'm not watching it day one, probably, because I'm busy and
stuff.
It
comes out on a Friday, so...
Oh, maybe I will.
You'll have the weekend.
Well, it depends how busy cinemas are. Might be quite busy.
You never know. It depends on how all these vaccines and shit go. But
Yeah.
coming to Disney Plus, they literally had probably like to pull the trigger last moment because the original date or the original re-released date was quite close. So
I think
they
it
don't
makes
have a
sense.
lot of faith on current trajectory. They're pushing it back because I'm sure they want to make it as safe as possible for people to go watch this.
I think this is a safe decision to do. The UK
It was kind of inevitable.
Yeah, I think also it's going to be quite good timing now because I think all the Chinese cinemas start to reopen now.
Well,
UK ones are going to start
brought
reopening.
Avatar back.
Yeah,
They brought Avatar back.
and at the end of the
I'm
day,
sure Disney wants this to be the #1 movie of all time.
do you think it will now make a profit?
Oh, I think it will make 500 million and then maybe push over the benchmark. I don't think it's going to be $1 billion.
Oh, 100% no. I mean, just do you think it's going to make money? Do you think they're going to make the money back from the film?
Oh yeah, they'll make the money back from Disney Plus and theaters alone. I'm sure they'll make the money back, but I don't
Yeah.
think it will be as big as they want it to be, especially for a original Avenger movie.
Yeah,
I think this.
But to be honest, it might actually do better than before. Like, a lot of people were hating on this film before it even came out because people are sexist.
Yeah. Well,
So,
there was the Captain
yeah.
Marvel effect, which I'm still surprised they didn't do Black Widow before Captain Marvel because it would have made more sense. But you know,
What
hey,
can you do?
2020 hindsight, eh?
Yeah, 2020 hindsight. Anyway, talking about Marvel on Disney Plus, Marvel's Hawkeye show spin-off is going to be about a Death Hero Echo in the works at Disney
Yeah.
Plus.
So before we've even seen Hawkeye, it's getting a spin-off. So what? I'm sure they have confidence in it, which is always a good thing. If it's the same
getting a
thing
bit
with,
excessive.
Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff coming out, and I mean, I don't even know about this character, Echo. I'm sure they're very cool, and representation for like deaf people is pretty cool. I don't know how they'll hear the show, but you know. Sorry, that's a low blow.
Yeah, that was a terrible joke. Do you think there's kind of becoming too much Marvel stuff now?
It depends on if the quality stays up. If it drops, then there's an issue. I think if the quality remains high, it's fine, but it's once the waters start getting cloudy with rubbish and crap.
Yeah.
Like, if the waters stay clean, then everyone will keep drinking from it. It's once the waters start getting polluted.
I think there's a sort of
people
risk
walk
of
away.
removing the hype. If there's too... The whole reason why kind of Marvel films got hyped up before, because I know it's still 3 a year was a lot, but it's still 3 a year. Whereas now,
Well, it was 4, isn't it?
or it used to be 3 maximum.
No, yeah. Well, there was 2, and then it went to 3. Then it's going up to 4.
Because 4, even next year, I think the year after, it's 5 now.
Yeah.
With all the Marvel TV shows in between. You've basically constantly got Marvel content. Marvel's becoming its own TV provider.
They're drilling it into their brain, and if you want to keep up and you want to know everything, you got to watch it all.
Yeah. It's a bit much.
With the quality of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and WandaVision, I have faith. But again, they're kind of giving characters that maybe people don't care about, Hawkeye especially.
It seems a bit much.
Yeah, but like I said, if the quality stays consistently good and they keep doing new and interesting takes on it, why not?
I think it's quite
But
unlikely.
yeah, I agree with you. It is getting
Yeah.
a lot, especially with all their Star Wars stuff as well that you got to keep on top of if you care about Star Wars.
I think it's going to be quite unlikely to see sequels for any of these shows. I reckon they'll probably have one.
Oh yeah, I think there'll be
series,
one-off series, and then they'll tie them all back into the movies, and then they'll move on to the characters that they introduce in the movies or bring characters. I don't think Miss Marvel will get a spin-off. She's going into Captain Marvel. I think they'll just do one-off series.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
And I hope they do. Cause
Yeah,
they
they
keep making. They can't keep. How are they going to do WandaVision again? It's
based on the amount of sequels or spin-offs that are coming out, I think they can't do. It's too much money.
WandaVision will get a second season after about 9 more years of television.
Oh, yeah.
No, 90 more years because it was every 10 years. So.
Oh dear. Okay, we've got a long way to wait for that one. And
Yeah.
people are long waited for the Snyder Cut. And talk about the Snyder Cut. Warner Brothers says there's going to be no DC EU Snyderverse future plans after Justice League.
Yep, and people are mad.
Yeah,
If
but I'm
you
not
go on
surprised, to be honest.
Well, if you go on to social media and go on to any post that HBO Max or Warner Brothers is currently promoting, even if it's completely unrelated to this Zack Snyder Justice League, there is hashtag release the Snyderverse like underneath every post, and please stop.
It's not going to happen.
I mean, no one thought the Zack Snyder's Justice League was going to happen, and yet the constant bullying of every social media demand. But they're done. Just drop it. You got the movie. Your demands worked. Just see, this is what happens when you give them a crumb. They keep asking for more.
It is sad that the original version never came out, because I think if this version came out, there definitely would be a Snyderverse.
Yep, but they got cold feet. They've gone in a completely new direction. Maybe in the future they'll bring it back, but stop asking for it. Like, me and Dan enjoyed it quite a bit. I enjoyed it, like, better than Justice League, or whatever the fuck people want to call it.
Justice League.
And, yeah, you can hear our thoughts on that on our previous episode of TBO.
Yeah. I think they cancelled the Cyborg film.
Well, yeah, because he called out Joss Whedon and a lot of Warner Brothers executives. So
yeah,
they took that, and they took him out of the Flash movie.
Yeah, and the Flashpoint film I think is still happening.
Yeah, and speaking of which, they're replacing the actor who played Barry Allen's dad in Justice League with Roy Livingston to replace Billy Crudup.
Heard of this guy? I don't think.
I've never heard of him. I didn't even know who... Well, I knew who Billy Crudup was. I didn't know his name. But, yeah, he was the original Flash dad. And now a guy called Ron Livingston is going to replace in the Flash movie. I am surprised the Flash movie is still going to take place because Ezra Miller isn't in a great spot publicly.
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah,
could be an interesting
what's
choice.
He been in?
I don't know why they changed the actor.
Yeah, it seems weird. Like, they don't even look similar, so it's not like a... What's he been in? Band of Brothers, Office Space, London... Oh, Office Space is on Disney+. I wanted to watch that, because that's one of the memes. The Conjuring, A Million Little Things, Swingers, Sex and the City, Search Party. Yeah, I've not watched any of this dude's stuff. I mean, good for him, getting paid.
I think I'm looking forward to the Flashpoint film. Well,
I'm
hopeful for it anyway. I hope it's going to be good.
Well, I don't think they've solidified Michael Keaton's Batman yet, so we'll see. Because I think there's still rumors that he might not say yes to returning.
Yeah.
I don't really know if I want it, because...
They could get Richard Pattinson instead.
Richard Pattinson?
Which one is it? The
Robert Pattinson.
That's the one.
Richard Pattinson. Wow. Never... Wow. Okay.
I don't know what the storyline they're doing for this one, but in the one in the TV show, the Flash created Flashpoint, and then he realized he made a mistake, and went back in time to change it back. But then some things.
Doesn't he try and save his mother?
Yeah, and then that's what created Flashpoint. And then he realized he has to go back in time and change what he did because it was so bad. But then when you go back in time to fix it, you can never get back to the original state. So if you had Robert Pattinson showing up in Flashpoint and he went back in time, you could explain why that's now Robert Pattinson instead of Ben Affleck.
Yeah. The only thing I know is that Flashpoint creates the timeline where Bruce Wayne dies and his dad becomes Batman and then his mum becomes the Joker.
Yeah, Thomas Wayne is. Yeah, it's weird.
And if they replace Jared Leto's Joker with Martha Wayne Joker, I would be happy. That would be much better. Please get rid of Jared Leto. He's bad. I don't care what you think of the scene at the end of Justice League. It is bad. It's terrible dialogue. Please look for better Joker stuff. There's hundreds of iterations of the Joker, and they're all better than Jared Leto's. Learn to understand movies and comics and TV shows. I'm sorry if you love Jared Leto's Joker, but you're dumb.
Well, talking about new DC films coming out, the Zatanna movie is reportedly in the works from a promising young woman writer.
From Promising Young Woman is a movie, and the writer of that. I mean, it's a confusing sentence, but yeah, Promising Young Woman is a film that I think came out this year, and it has been highly regarded as a good film. Not watched it myself, but I know Bo Burnham's in it, so...
Was it a woman who wrote that script?
I think so.
How young is she?
Who knows?
Is she young?
Carey Mulligan is apparently the director. Fucking hell. Oh no, she's the director is Emerald Fennell. She's 35.
I think she's promising. She's a promising young woman writer.
Screenplay. Oh no, she wrote the screenplay. So yeah, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh, there you go. She's a promising young woman writer.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly it's going to be directed by J.J. Abrams.
Oh, so he's doing a Superman movie and this?
Supposedly.
Oh, I mean, good for him. I don't know how I feel about J.J. Abrams. I'd like it. I think it'd be better if a woman directed it, just because then you're not going to get the male gaze on it. and Zatanna is one of my favorite DC
Yeah,
characters.
to be
Just
fair,
primarily.
I remember J.J. Abrams doing a scene in Star Trek.
Oh
and I
yeah,
was
the
like,
weird bikini.
Yeah,
not
I was like,
bikini bra scene.
why is this here?
Because Captain Kirk's meant to be a womanizer, but that Captain Kirk's not a womanizer.
Yeah,
So they
it's
had
like,
to have a
what?
scene where a woman threw herself at him, but he doesn't do anything because he's not a womanizer in that version.
It was really stupid, and I don't agree with what he did there.
Yeah, but I really like Zatanna. I really like her in the Injustice game. She's my favorite character to play in Injustice game.
I forgot which one's Zatanna. Is that the magic one?
The magician.
Yeah, I like Zatanna.
The one with the little magician's hat and kind of looks like Wanda in the WandaVision.
Yeah,
Where she's
I
doing
would
the
be
magic
excited if this does come out.
Yeah,
I'd
I think I'd
watch it.
go. Yeah,
I mean, as you know, in one of our previous episodes, I like magic
yeah.
and stuff, so yeah,
So
I think I'd like
You're
this
a
show.
little magician boy.
A little magician boy. Maybe I could be her magician boy.
But Zatanna is also one of the main contenders in Justice League Dark, because the mystical side of Justice League, like the ones who do all the mystical threats. So
Yeah,
kind of like Doctor Strange deals with the mystical threats in the MCU. Zatanna and Constantine and some of the other ones. I can't remember them all. Are like the
Lucifer?
Dark Justice. No, I fucking no idea.
I mean,
I only know Zatanna and Constantine and Swamp Thing, or whatever DC's version of Swamp Thing is, if it's not.
I actually prefer that side of DC, the more darker side of the dark magic side of it,
Yeah.
which is Zatanna and Constantine. I wasn't a fan of the Constantine film, but I like the Constantine TV show, and I like him in some of the things.
I think I watched Justice League Dark, the animated one, recently, and it's fine. I think they tied Batman into it just because they had no faith that it would do
Of course.
anything without Batman. But yeah, it's good. I liked it. But yeah, Zatanna is always one of my favorite characters to watch. And yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely.
If it ever comes out, because DC has a track record of announcing stuff and then never putting them out.
Well, another thing that DC announced was Shazam Fury of Gods, and apparently Helen Mirren is to play the villain, Hespera, in the sequel.
Yeah, taking another page from Marvel, casting a very well-known, veteran actor, similar to what's her
Kate
fucking
Blanchett?
name? Kate Blanchett in Thor Ragnarok. Yeah, I don't know why I blanked on that because I was thinking about it earlier. Yeah, so this is the follow-up to Shazam, one of a pretty decent.
Yeah, I think this is one of the better, probably the top 3 DC
I had
films.
issues with Shazam. But all in all, I liked it just because it was kind of the bad it's good movie.
Yeah, it's supposed to be bad.
It's meant to be cheesy, like bad movie. But yeah, generally enjoyable. Just, I think me and my mate really enjoyed it. It's just a lot of fun. And hopefully this one's good. I don't know if this is the Black Adam movie that's meant to be coming out.
No, Black Adam's another film. And apparently, we missed the news, but they announced another actor
The Bond
play...
dude? Isn't it the Bond dude's meant to be playing the bad guy in Black Adam?
Yeah, I can't remember his name. It's Dr. Fate. Is the new
Dr. Fate. Yeah.
I've
Pierce
never seen
Brosnan,
it.
right?
Might be that.
Pierce Brosnan? James Bond? Not Piers Morgan. Fuck off.
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan, yeah.
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan. Old Jamesy Bond boy is going to be Dr. Fate, which, yeah, I like. I think Dr. Fate's also one of the, similar to Zatanna, is like the mystical side of DC, so...
Yeah. You missed something. You missed something on the the news topics, Dr. Fate.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't care about. I don't like The Rock, so I'm not really following The Rock. Any Rock news, I kind of just go, great, cool. Moving on.
I am looking forward to seeing Dr. Fate though. So
I hope they don't ruin the costume because the costume kind of looks cool.
The costume is a cool. I think they hope they will. These are usually quite good with the comic book costumes. Apart from
Harley
Flash.
Quinn in Suicide Squad.
Apart from Flash.
And Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad.
And yeah, so Harley Quinn. But Harley Quinn in
they do
Birds of Prey.
Yeah, there were some choices I don't like in that one.
No.
But, and I'm not we'll get to it. We've got Suicide Squad talk. But we've got other stuff to be talking about, which is in other casting news, similar to What's Not. They've recast Batwoman for the CW.
Again.
Well, they had Ruby Rose. Was that the original?
That's it. And then she left.
She left. Then they replaced her with another Batwoman.
Yeah, I think a young black actress. I don't remember her name.
Do you want to look that up whilst I continue?
Yeah.
And then they have now, because it wasn't the same character that they replaced with the other woman that Dan's looking up right now, and now they've recast
Jessica Leslie? No, Javik. That's a hard name to pronounce. Javicia Leslie.
Right. And now they've replaced, because she's playing a different character of Batwoman.
Yeah.
And now they've replaced Ruby Rose's Batwoman with this new actress.
Which seems really pointless to me, because they could have just replaced the actress in the first place.
Yeah, Kate Kane. They've replaced Kate Kane.
Yeah, so I think how the TV show worked is like...
Wallace Day is the new actress.
Yeah.
And I mean, she looks decent enough. I've not seen her in anything.
Yeah, so the bit that annoys me the most, Ruby Rose left because she didn't like the way the TV show was going and she got injured on set. They hoped that she was going to come back to play Batwoman, so they decided to create a new character, and then later on they've just kind of replaced her anyway. And this new character no one likes.
Wait, which one? The other
the new Batwoman, Ryan Wilder?
Oh no! Oh yeah, that's the character name. Okay,
yeah, it's a new character name. No one likes that character because like she goes, "Oh yeah, I found the suit, and because I had a bad childhood, I'm entitled to have the suit."
Oh well, that's great.
Yeah, great.
That's a great justification.
Yeah. Everyone got pissed off about that bit. And that's why I stopped watching the show. I was like, no, this is dumb.
I've never watched anything DC TV because it all looks bad to me.
I just about tolerated the original series, but then they just...
You still watching Superman?
No, for no other reason. I'm just busy. I need to get back into it.
Fair enough. We'll get a review on that at some stage.
Yeah,
keep everyone updated.
A lot of episodes, so I'll probably review it at the end.
But yeah, I mean, why not? She seems perfectly fine.
Yeah,
the new actress.
I got nothing wrong with the casting choices. I'm just complaining about the scriptwriters.
Well, I mean, I don't. It's who knows what the way they'll go. Oh, I went into a portal and I came back out, and then boom, I'm this person now. I'm the same person, but I look different. There we go. That's the level of CW writing, I think, from what I've seen.
Yeah, especially some of the recent stuff, but we won't talk too much about that one. And let's go on to the Suicide Squad trailer.
Yeah, I'm mixed.
See, I really liked it.
I think it has a 10. Like, I know it's Suicide Squad, so it has a Suicide Squad vibe of the original Suicide Squad, which makes me worried. But then I have faith in it because it's James Gunn, and there are moments that I like. I like the Shark dude, King Shark.
Yeah, I love King Shark. He's
one of my favorite characters from the Harley Quinn TV show.
Yeah,
he's like one.
I think it's Sylvester Stallone playing King Shark.
Oh, that would be interesting. That's probably why he doesn't talk much.
Yeah.
I like Idris Elba. I think Idris Elba is always great in whatever he does. So hopefully his character's gonna die. Then he can go and do other stuff. I'm suspecting Harley Quinn's gonna die because there's a lot of emphasis on it.
Maybe.
But then if they want... Well, I don't know if they... Well, they might do it just to stop Snyderverse people going, hey, look... spoilers for Justice League, Zack Snyder's version. Batman says that Harley Quinn's dead, and he killed her, I think, or
Joker killed her, I think.
Or Joker killed her, or someone killed her. Maybe this is how she dies.
Maybe, but I don't think Batman's in this film, so...
Well, no, but I don't even know if they I can't remember. I don't remember if they specifically state that Batman kills Harley Quinn in it, which makes no sense because Harley Quinn's not like an anti-hero.
Batman didn't kill her. I think Joker killed her, or someone else killed her, but Batman held her in his arms.
Well, so
anyway, talk about Suicide Squad.
Weird rap thing, which is I think his brother Sean Gunn.
Yeah, Sean Gunn. I'm worried about how many characters there are.
Well, that just gives them more characters to kill.
Yeah, a lot of them are going to die, I imagine. I'm looking forward to seeing Peter Capaldi.
Well, the whole problem with Suicide Squad, the first one was only like 2 characters die, and they're called Suicide Squad. So this, they fill it up with a load of characters, like big name actors, and they'll probably die.
Yeah.
Which is what you want from a Suicide Squad.
I think most of the main ones are going to stay alive.
I wouldn't be surprised if James Gunn kills some of the heavy hitters.
Maybe.
And has filmed fake scenes for the trailer to throw people off.
Possibly.
Because why would you not want to make it so that a film called Suicide Squad is totally unpredictable who is going to die, and you have massive celebrities who die in the first 5 minutes, and then you're left with all the B-listers and the shitty characters that no one knows they want to love, but they'll end up loving because they're the only ones left.
I'm looking forward to seeing Peter Capaldi as a Thinker, because Thinker is one of my favorite DC villains.
I don't know the character.
The Thinker is basically really smart. And
of course, you love the smart one.
That's basically what it is. He's just really smart, and he's like got over intelligence to be able to predict things.
Not smart enough to avoid getting put in the Suicide Squad. It looks like.
Well, I don't think if for the trailer he wasn't put in the Suicide Squad. I think they just found him or maybe captured him somehow.
I am surprised they're doing the big starfish character.
I'm not. They said they were going to do it.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I was surprised. I was like, what's a threat that they can do that is like reasonable? But apparently that's like a Justice League character, like threat. So
yeah,
they're gonna die. They're gonna die.
Starro, yeah. So giant starfish. It's great. It's such a James Gunn.
It doesn't surprise me. James Gunn put like a really obscure. Well, I don't think it's obscure, but like someone a lot of people maybe recognize but don't know a lot about, unless you're a diehard DC fan. Like I've seen that starfish around. But
I think they also portrayed John Cena's character quite well in that Vietnam scene.
See, I'm iffy on that. I'm not 100%.
Well, I don't know how much you know about the character, but the character he's basically like Captain America, but insane.
Yeah, I know, but they're making a spin-off show for him, and I don't know. Yeah, I know, but I'm just like I don't. Well, that just makes it so that he's going to be alive in this film.
Yeah,
unless it's a prequel, but it's just like
it might be a prequel. My point is, I like the scene where he was basically saying, "Yeah, if it's for liberty, then I'll do anything," because that's exactly.
Yeah, he'll suck a dick. Like, kind of a weird joke. I don't know how I feel about it because it's kind of like.
No, I don't care about the joke. I just like the bit he said, like he'll do it for liberty because that is the character. That is what he's supposed to be in the comic.
Yeah, the context of what he's doing for liberty is a gay joke.
Yeah,
it's like if the beach was covered in dicks, I would suck them all for liberty, and it's just like, okay, so you're punching below the belt there. On maybe James Gunn hasn't learned from his tweets that he posted ages. You never know.
I think it'd be a good film.
I have hopes. I'm looking forward to it, but then again, it's kind of the same problem with like Zack Snyder. If you have a director like completely let loose without any restraints, is it always a good thing?
There's also Zack Snyder producing it.
Oh, is it? Great.
Yeah, if you look on the end credits, it says executive producer Zack Snyder, the very first one.
Fair enough. But no, I look forward to it. I want to get to know the characters. I want to see characters die because I want to have an actual Suicide Squad. Because there's you just want to not know what's going to happen.
I think a lot of them will die. There's so many characters.
Yeah, and I want to see them just explode in dumb ways or get killed in dumb ways.
I imagine like there's going to be a handful that you're just going to see for a second and just die.
Oh yeah, they'll be the Slipknot treatment. They'll get introduced and then they'll just blow up their heads because they try and attack a woman for no reason. And then zipline away, or whatever the fuck that character did.
Yeah, that's very funny. But I imagine there's going to be a lot of that in this film.
Yeah, ultra-violence. And then, speaking of ultra-violence, we've got a Ghost of Tsushima... Fuck. Ghost of Tsushima? Ghost of
Tsushima?
Fuck.
Tsushima.
Yes, that's the one. Based on the PlayStation 4 game, because they haven't got. I don't think they've got. No, they have a PlayStation 5 patch out, I think.
PS4 Sunrise hit. Let's go with that.
Yeah, PS4 superhero. Not superhero. Fuck. Why can't I?
You're right.
Like, no, I'm having a stroke. No, based on the Japanese samurai game from Sony.
Yes, I've never played it.
And neither have I, but apparently it's a really good game, and I want to play it, but I have other things to play. I have a long list of games that I need to play, but I really want to play it because it looks fun, and there's a multiplayer mode that looks a lot of fun, and it's free, so if you get the game, you can get the multiplayer mode for free. And it's like ancient Japanese, and it's like spirits and all that shit.
Yeah.
And it looks insane.
Do you
but
think
this
a
is coming
movie
from
would
the
do
Well, it's got the John Wick director. It's a very popular game. Sony seems to be putting a lot of money in their franchises, both in terms of games and in terms of movies, because they're turning a lot of their games into movies.
But is it not going to have the same problem as like Witcher or Last of Us? Whereas the story should be kept to the game, really.
I don't think there's... I think this one, I think the story is a bit more simplistic, and I don't know how... I haven't played it. But I'm curious whether... Well, I think it's a good thing, because I think this one, the game is highly regarded, but I think it would be kind of interesting to see, because Japanese samurai movies are always popular.
Yeah. I mean, Japanese movies, people love them.
Yeah, I hope they get, and also John Wick directors are great with action, so I think, why not? This seems like a great combination.
I think I'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go rush out to watch it, but
no, I probably won't.
Maybe if I played the game before it, and the game does a good job of convincing me, then I might go and rush out to watch this.
I think
movie.
I'd probably wait and see what the kind of global reaction to it is first. If the global reaction is overall bad, I'll probably go, nah, why do you miss it? But if it's majority positive, I'll probably go see it then.
But yeah, I think it'll. I think the game is like one of the highest rated and fastest selling PlayStation 4 exclusives.
Oh wow!
So like it's sold. I think it's sold over 10 million copies at least. It's like one of the highest, just because it generally seems like a great game. I think the review score is very high as well. I think it's got like a 9 out of 10 from most.
I'm not surprised.
places.
Most Sony games are pretty good exclusives. Tend to have a good track record of making good games right now.
96% liked this on Google.
Yeah,
and 83% Metacritic. And 83, which is pretty high.
That's pretty good.
Considering it's like a new IP and not a lot of people know it,
Yeah.
and it's exclusive, so not everyone can go and play it. So, but no, it's generally highly regarded.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Anyway, we talked about PlayStation, so let's go on to...
We've lost the controller of the news.
Thank you. Oh, I can't remember
You're
what it was
welcome.
for some reason. I can't remember my own titles.
How can you forget Mario?
Let's
The
start off
terrible
with...
English person's version of Italian.
Yeah.
The racist, not racist.
We're not racist. Don't cancel us.
Languagist.
Linguist?
Linguisticist.
Yes.
Is there a word? Tell us in the comments if there's a word.
Anyway, the first topic is over 700 PS2 prototypes and demos released by game preservation groups.
Yeah, so if you're into classic PlayStation 2 prototypes and demos, there are now 700 of them into the world, because they want to basically keep like an archive of everything. And this amount of data equates to a whopping 860 gigs of data for a PS2 lineup of games.
That is incredible.
Demo. Yeah. Considering it was like 12 megabyte hard drive, disk.
Yeah. Well, mine was 8
Memory
megabytes.
cards on a PlayStation 2. Highlights include an E3 prototype of Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex, an E3 prototype of Shadow of the Colossus, prototypes for God Hand and Dino Stalker, and Build of the Dragon's Lair 3D, Final Fantasy X, 2, and Legacy of... So these aren't the full games, by the way. This is just demos and prototypes.
Yeah,
so
but
this
that makes it
isn't
even more mad how it's made
Yeah.
860 gigabytes.
Yeah. And yeah, they're not only does the code release mean anyone can download and play these prototypes and demos, but video game history is preserved. The majority of the items featured are mastered on recordable media such as CDRs and DVDRs, which are prone to deterioration with time. They come from... So these are all now digital. So rather than being on a CD or anything, they're now digital. Anyone can go and download them and play them. And yeah, it's great for game preservation. Because I can't tell you half the PS2 games I've lost since
Yeah,
that one.
it's true. I mean, I've still got a massive load of them, but a lot of them I can't play because it just died.
But yeah, game preservation, great.
Yeah, I mean, and let's carry on with the kind of PS2 vibe. PlayStation 2 patents the ability to add trophies to older emulated games.
Yeah, so this has sparked a bit of speculation to whether or not backwards compatibility will be coming to like the PlayStation 5.
Yeah. So for
if
people
you
who
can-
don't understand what this means, the reason why the PS1 and PS5 aren't backwards compatible with like PS2 and
The
PS1 games...
architecture is so
No,
different.
that's the PS3. With
Yeah,
the
the
PS2 and
PS3,
PS1, the PS4 architecture is powerful enough to emulate the games. But the reason why it doesn't is through the trophy system. Games can only be added to the PS4 if it has trophies.
No.
Same with the PS5. However, for someone to go back and add trophies to all those other games, it's way too much. So to have the ability to add trophies to all the games, it means you could now have all these games back into PS5.
Yeah, and the original PS3 did have basically had a PlayStation 2 built into it, so you could play PlayStation 2 games and PlayStation 1 games.
Yeah.
And that's why it was so massive and chunky, and no one liked that.
And it's way
that's
too much
why
money.
and that's why they brought out the slim version and got rid of the PS2 thing, and then they just didn't allow PS2. But yeah, this will be interesting because if they do inevitably, well, maybe bring back the ability to play PS2 games, because it's just a disc drive reader that you need, really. But I'm sure there's some complicated way that they've made it so that it won't work, but maybe they'll make it so it can work.
No, wait and see.
This is also kind of cool, because going back and playing an old game and then having a trophy pop up for something that you did ages ago, kind of satisfying.
I'll tell you what, if they did it, I might actually buy a PS5 when I can.
Well, you could just go and play all those 700 PS2 prototypes and demos, Dan.
Yeah.
Because they're all available on PC and shit, so why not?
Mm.
But in one place of game preservation, another place of game preservation dies.
Yes.
The PlayStation 3, Vita, and PSP stores are closing soon.
I mean, it's sad, but it's a long time ago now.
Yeah, I don't know if this affects the online capabilities, but I think you won't be able to buy, like, digital PlayStation. You'll still own all your PlayStation 3 games, Vita games, and PSP games that you own on the thing, but you won't be able to, like, buy or, like, I don't know if you'll be able to download.
It just says you will not be able to make
digital
purchases anymore for DLC or games on the platforms.
The PS3 and the PSP stores will reportedly close on July 2nd, while the PS Vita store will shut down on August 27th, according to some reporters.
Yeah.
You'll only be able to buy physical copies if you want to play something new. Sony hasn't actually commented on this yet, so this is all just speculation.
Just take a pinch of salt, basically.
Yeah. Sony may come out and maybe not do it with the backlash that this seems to be receiving, because a lot of people don't like the fact that a digital store shuts down and then they can't own the games if they...
It is a bit of a kind of questionable statement. Because when you buy a disc game, you have that game forever, right? If it degrades,
well, it's
or
like
whatever.
people, yeah.
But if you buy a digital copy and you get it taken away from you, you still own the rights to that license of that game.
Yeah, I think Amazon had a problem where people were buying things off Amazon, and then the licensing agreements ran out for Amazon, so they took away the things from people, so they ended up having to send people DVDs of the content that they'd purchased as a retribution for them losing it on the digital store.
Yeah,
but this is the thing with this is the problem with streaming and digital everything, is you don't technically own anything you buy anymore.
No,
because you have access to it, but if that service shuts down, you don't have access to it. It's like if Stadia shuts down, I lose all my Stadia games. I haven't bought anything yet, but I don't have access to that if they shut it down.
When you buy a digital copy of a game, you own not the code, but you own the right to have it.
Yeah. Thing is, though,
you can't remove that because you've paid for that right to have it.
But if they have a server-wide hack and they lose every single bit of data and every recipient of it, then you're not going to have any lasting record of who owned what. You can claim you owned this, but they'll have no proof. And
well, basically, if you go on to the terms and conditions of the PlayStation Store that everyone just skips through and clicks accept. It will all be in there on what you can and cannot do. I've not looked at myself because I'm not that much of a nerd.
No one does, Dan. That's why they make it several hundred pages long so people don't.
Most of it's just waffle saying, you will not read this, you will not read this, you will not read this.
It's literally just a lot of covering their own ass so that when people do inevitably sue them, they can point to this one specific line of code that no one ever reads and then go, well, we told you. It's your fault for not reading it.
Yeah. Well, PlayStation might be removing games, but they're also making some games free to download. So, PlayStation have updated their play at home scheme. So it started off with Ratchet and Clank, which was free to download,
which I forgot and have just recently purchased because I forgot that it was available.
Yep, I just did it as well. I mean, I had it on Plus, but I don't have Plus anymore, so I just got it free.
So this means that you don't need to have PlayStation Plus or anything.
No, and I believe you own them permanently as well.
Yeah. Some of the games, though, are pretty good.
Yeah, they are. Also,
there's some PlayStation VR games in there as well.
Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn will be apparently free to download for a free time, but limited.
Rezu, which is a PlayStation VR game. Abzu, which is a very good game. The Witness, which is a puzzle game that I've played and I suck at.
I finished it. I finished The Witness.
I'm terrible at puzzle games. I'm still working on it. Enter the Gungeon. Which is like a dungeon crawler where you go and shoot shit, which I've heard is good. I don't know personally. Subnautica, great game. Moss, which is a PlayStation VR game, Astrobot Rescue Mission, PlayStation VR game, Paper Beasts, which looks fun, which is a PlayStation VR game, and Thumper, which is a PlayStation VR game. So a lot of PlayStation VR games.
Yeah, I think
and
quite
also Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah,
Horizon
Zero Dawn is only temporary, like I said. I think all the rest of them are permanent. You can just download them.
Will be free for a limited time starting April 19th.
No, my point is once you've downloaded it, you keep it.
Yeah.
Forever. Whereas Horizon Zero Dawn is only limited.
So I think Abzu comes out first, then Enter the Gungeon, then Res Infinite, Subnautica, The Witness, Astrobot, Moss, Thumper, Paper Beasts, apparently Funimation and Wakanim is on there, and then Horizon Zero Dawn. So yeah, why not?
I mean, Astrobot
free games.
Has been claimed to be one of the best VR games ever.
The Astrobot game that comes with the PlayStation 5 is great. Great showcase of what the controller can do. Fun nostalgia trip because it has like great little Easter eggs for like PlayStation fans. There's like little bots dressed up as characters from all their like exclusive games. It like has loads of old PlayStation like hardware and stuff that you wouldn't notice. It's got like in one of the things when you go into a room, the old PlayStation freeload login sound plays. There's just little musical. It's great. It's great if you love a little bit of nostalgia, and fun for all the family. I'd highly recommend it just to actually, because a lot of games for the PlayStation 5 haven't got the feedback and everything built into it yet, because they're still working on it to get all of that.
Still new.
But any first-party title is going to have them. But Astrobot Playroom gives you a great rundown of all the things you can do with that controller and does it really well. So I'd highly recommend, and it's free on the console when you get it. So
yeah,
highly recommend you play it.
Just get it basically. A PlayStation account. Just get free games.
And those little robots are adorable.
They are. And just get free games. Build up your library. That's what I do. I do it with Epic on PC. Get a free game every week. Download it. Just add it to your library.
Don't have to ever play it. You can just build up your library, and then when they shut them all down,
you were like, damn it, you've removed games I've never played before.
Yeah, my Steam library that is full of games that I don't play. Oh, how dare you take away these games from me.
Well, previously, you mentioned Amazon. So let's go on to Rainbow Six Siege leads working on multiplayer game at new Amazon studio.
Yeah, so some of the Rainbow Six developers and leads of that franchise are leaving to set up a new multiplayer game at Amazon.
Yeah. What's this for? Is it like for?
Well, I think it's Amazon really wants to go into gaming.
Well, yeah, it's AAA. I don't think it's going to be exclusive. I think it's just going to be.
Yeah, this is literally the first we've heard of it. It's just an online multiplayer based on a new IP. No release dates, no anything. Literally, Amazon is just apparently gonna make more games. I know there's that New Worlds or whatever Amazon's been building for years. But Rainbow Six Siege is a very popular game, and I've played it, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it either. But a lot of people do like it. It may be the similar type of game, might not be.
It might be similar to the Medal of Honor people going off and making Call of Duty. You never know.
Maybe. We'll wait and see. There's not really much more else to report on it. It's just...
Yeah, we've just got a lot of studios a lot of new studios coming out. We had Sony making a new studio last week. We've got Amazon making a new studio. And then fan favorite ex-Bethesda director Ikumi Nakamura, I don't know if I've pronounced that right, is opening a new little indie studio. So if you've watched the E3 presentation, I think in 2019, she's the person who was showing off Ghostwire, which is a PlayStation exclusive coming out this year, which is one of those games that's now up in the air as to whether or not it will remain a PlayStation exclusive because of Microsoft's Bethesda acquisition. But they are currently honoring the deal with Sony to keep it at least exclusive for at least 6 months, I think's the terminology. But yeah, she was a fan favorite of that announcement, and she seems like a lovely person. And so I wish her the best of luck in this new studio, because why the hell not? More games, more players.
Yeah.
I know you have no clue about any of this.
No, I'm pretty lost, to be honest. I'm just there like, yeah, there's a new studio, more games coming out.
Yeah. It's more the title of ex-Bethesda.
Yeah, it's because
Bethesda's big in the news at the moment.
And everyone wants to be.
She's a lovely person. She seems sweet. A lot of people love her because she was just very enthusiastic about the game that she was presenting and whatnot. But yeah, she's opening a small little indie studio. We have no idea what she's going to make, and we'll report on it if anything comes out.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And then talking about Bethesda, Microsoft.
Talking about small indie studios, the biggest studio in the world.
Microsoft is renaming their Xbox Live to Xbox Network.
Yeah.
Seems a bit weird. I don't really understand.
Well, Microsoft's got the worst naming conventions in the world.
Oh yeah,
So why not continue that trend?
I don't really see why.
Because they're also getting rid of a lot of their. Well, we'll get to their Xbox Live Gold requirement for party chat is going. They're going to get rid of a lot of it for free-to-play. So if you're playing a game that's free-to-play, you don't need Xbox Live Gold to use it or their party chat, so you'll no longer need to use those. Yeah. So I'm guessing that's also tied into that, because they're just making it the Xbox Network rather than having Xbox Live, because you don't need the live component to play multiplayer games and chat on party.
Well, I didn't even know you had to have Xbox Live subscription to do party chat, because I've been doing it on PC for over a year.
I didn't know that you had to use it for party chat. I know you have to do it for multiplayer.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same for PlayStation as well.
I think PlayStation doesn't require you to have for free-to-play games.
Oh, I think there was.
Because I think for Fortnite you didn't need a PlayStation Plus membership, and that's free-to-play.
Is that the same for Destiny?
I don't know, because I have PlayStation Plus.
I should try out. I should figure it out. I'll let you know.
Yeah, give it a go. I don't think you need it for multiplayer. I don't know, because the account that I have that doesn't have PlayStation Plus is tied to my PlayStation, which has PlayStation Plus. So the account that has PlayStation Plus allows my PlayStation Plus, non-PlayStation Plus account to play games with the PlayStation Plus multiplayer. So
yeah,
it's confusing. But yeah. The Xbox now no longer requires you to have to pay money to be able to play free-to-play games and chat in their party groups.
I think that's fair enough. I mean, it's mainly free to play. It's not free to play if you have to pay.
It's not free to play if you have to pay for the multiplayer aspect to get on and play it.
And I think they make enough money anyway.
Yes. They have a lot of disposable money.
Yeah, I mean, especially now with Game Pass as well.
Yeah. And speaking of Microsoft having a lot of money, Dan.
Yeah, speaking of Microsoft having a lot of money, we're going to tech time, and Microsoft is reportedly in talks to purchase Discord for over $10 billion.
Yep, that's with a B, and that's more money than they paid for Bethesda.
Yeah, I mean, Discord's huge.
Yep, but do you know what was huge, Dan?
What?
Skype. Do you know who bought Skype? Microsoft.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened to Skype? Skype died.
Yeah, true. But I think Skype mainly died because of the rise of Discord.
Microsoft.
I think it's more to do with the rise of Discord
Microsoft.
as well. And that, but
do you know what would have helped Microsoft in the midst of a global pandemic? Skype. Do you know what they didn't utilize? Skype.
Well, no, because they're getting rid of Skype.
It's dead.
They got
Microsoft Teams.
Yeah, I use Teams. I use it at work. Teams is much better than Skype.
Leave Discord alone, Microsoft.
It's not just Microsoft.
No, it's Epic, Amazon, and Google are also in the running. Out of all of them, I'd say Epic would be the one I'd want.
Yeah, because it's games. Like,
yeah, the only downside is they'd probably. I doubt they would, but a lot of people they'd tie it and make it exclusive, and it would only work with Epic Games, which I don't see them doing.
I see why would they want to buy Discord?
Because then they can integrate chat features into Epic.
Yeah, but Discord's a bit of a weird one. It doesn't really make sense for.
I don't know why it's valued at $10 billion.
It makes a lot of money. It's because of their boost servers. So a lot of the time you can boost a server.
Well, they are insane, the amount of how it functions, because you can have hundreds and hundreds of people all in one chat functionality. Yeah, I mean,
Discord is really good. I do
YouTubers use it all the time for their fans and
everyone uses Discord. It's actually a social media, really.
Yeah, and it's a startup, and the whole point of a startup is to get bought by another company that can make you rich, and then you just let the company destroy it, and you don't care because you're rich.
I think out of all the companies, I think it would be Microsoft.
Oh yeah, 100% be Microsoft, because Google would buy it and then shut it down immediately. Amazon would just not tie it into Twitch, and that would maybe be a good. It would be interesting to have Twitch Prime and everything tied into Discord, and they'd make it so that all of the things would be tied into that.
Well, as long as they
and then Epic,
as long as they keep it free.
Oh god, no, because they've made chat functionality on the Xbox free, Dan, so we're fine.
Oh yeah, that's true. Also, actually, they might actually put Discord as the main party chat instead of for Xbox.
See, that's what I've always wondered, if they would ever bring Discord to like consoles.
I've always hoped they would. I think the biggest problem for it at the minute is just because of the
PlayStation one's good. They need to fix the fucking phone connectivity, because you go on a phone and it doesn't work, and then if you go in, at the moment I'm having a really annoying thing where if I go and play, because I'm playing with people on PC, and so I'm using game chat, and if you're in a party on the PlayStation thing on a PS5 and you go into the game chat and then the game ends and it goes back to the lobby, it will kick you back into the normal chat.
Oh, that's annoying.
And then it won't take you out of game chat.
Right.
So it will kick you, but it won't kick you at the same time. You have to go back into the main hub, the main group chat, then switch back to that, and then switch back to game chat to then go into the thing. And then if you enter a game and go into game chat, it will kick you again. So you're only doing it to get into the lobby, like where you're sitting with your mates before you go into a game. Then it will kick you. Then you have to do it all again to get back into the game chat. And then at the end of the game, it will kick you.
Okay,
it's annoying.
We got it.
It's annoying, and you need to fix it. And also, the phone doesn't really work when you're trying to chat on a phone.
Well, I suppose.
But other than that, it works.
We'll wait and see. I think it will be Microsoft. I don't know what they're going to do with it. I imagine
they have so much money.
There's going to be some kind of integration between Xbox.
You'll only be able to use Discord with Bethesda games.
No, I think they might replace it. They'll replace definitely at the party with Discord.
Yeah.
Or have Discord functionality or something like that, possibly.
It would generally make it a lot easier to do chats with people if you have for Xbox, and because PC and Xbox are already kind of close.
It really is. Because my mate plays on Xbox, and the great thing is I can join an Xbox party on PC, which also adds a question of why would I ever buy an Xbox now that I can play on PC?
That question's already been answered. You don't.
You don't. Not anymore. It's just gone.
I think the only two consoles that will remain are Nintendo and PlayStation.
Yeah, I doubt there'll ever be another Xbox.
I reckon there will be, but it will be priced insanely low, and it will just be for people who want to have an Xbox. They won't. I don't think they'll do it. They'll do another two consoles, because they'll do the super cheap one, and then they'll do the insane one that's meant to be not a PC but is a PC.
A PC, we just without the functionality of a PC.
Yeah. But yeah. Speaking of PCs.
I don't know what we're going on to, but let's go with global shortage.
Global storage and chip. That's what I was saying.
I don't know. I had a different order my thing. Yes. So there's a global shortage in computer chips has now reached crisis point.
Yes.
It's really bad. It's insanely bad. Based on the fact that just everyone buying electronics right now.
Yep.
Global pandemic where everyone's buying electronics to go in stores.
A ship crashed in like the Egyptian trade route and has blocked off the trade route, so every shipment is basically being delayed if it's going through that shipping lane.
Yeah.
And that's holding up a lot of things, and they're now having to go the 12-day route around the entire country to get shipping. Also, there's a lack of silicon as well now. It's not looking good. It really isn't. Even Apple Apple can't get enough chips. And they make their own. Same as Samsung. Yep.
Ford as well.
Xiaomi,
Ford
the XO
closed 2 car plants because they couldn't get enough chips.
Well,
Nissan is starting to do it.
Maybe we need to grow more potatoes.
Very funny joke. It's part of the reason why the lack of CPUs and GPUs. It's all related.
But yeah, computers, man.
It's very sad.
And I also imagine this will also affect consoles, because
100%. It's affecting everything. Affecting mobiles, affecting computers, affecting cars.
Yeah.
We need chips. Everything's a chip nowadays.
Even potatoes.
So
I brought it back, Dan.
You brought it back.
But yeah, speaking of crises, Netflix trying to lock our passwords down to one person.
This sucks.
Yeah,
and I think I could actually cancel my Netflix subscription if this happens.
Well, yeah, so what's happening is Netflix is testing limits on password sharing because they've realized that people share their passwords because no one wants to pay for multiple accounts when they could just ask their friend. I am the person who pays for my Netflix account, and I share it with my friends.
That's same with me.
And my friends live halfway across the country, so this seems to be doing geolocation as to where you log in, and then if it's not in the same place as your original account login, they'll lock it down and ask you whether or not you're sharing your password with someone who shouldn't have your password, because they're not the payer.
I think the problem with this is that there's now more than one streaming service. Like,
yes,
giants.
So they're going, well, this is just anti. This is going to turn people off.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it's just, like, or just take like Disney Plus or Amazon to just go, hey, look, you can share with your friends.
Well, Disney already does the you can watch with people at the same time.
I like that feature. I think it's a cool feature.
Yeah, I haven't used it yet.
Never mind.
It would be interesting. I wonder if we could do it. We
could. However, I usually watch everything with my family, so I have to do something I don't watch with my family.
Yeah, well, Black Widow.
I'll watch a cinema. It's too much money.
It would make it. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I'll have to. Keep
I know how I feel
updated.
about it. It sucks.
I know. It generally sucks, but I'm also like, there are a lot of people using my Netflix account that I don't know because my mate gave it to some of his friends, and I'm just like, okay, cool. That doesn't help me because I keep getting notifications of my password being logged in and places, and it was always weird because for some odd reason Netflix's geolocation thing was busted for a while, where I would log in from where I live, and it would log in from like halfway across the country in a place I've never been in. And I wasn't using a VPN or anything, and it was just like, hey, your account's been logged in from this location. Was that you? And I'd be like, wait, no, that wasn't me. But it was me because I'd logged in. So this could cause a lot of issues, and screw you, Netflix, for trying to lock down.
Absolutely. I hope they don't do it. It's not confirmed they will. I still have my
doubts. If they do, drop your prices.
Yeah, I don't think they will do it. I think
they will do.
Well, I just don't think it's. I think it's a good decision. It's one of the
Netflix has been going downhill.
Yeah, but it's gonna make it go downhill more, isn't it? Because
they're losing a lot of stuff that I enjoy on Netflix.
Exactly. Is it gonna keep
the only thing that's keeping me on Netflix is Castlevania Season 4. I am waiting for them to announce it and release it, and that is basically the only thing that is keeping me on that platform.
But if it was only you using Netflix, would you just cancel it until that came out?
Potentially. I do like just having random access to movies that come out.
True. However, you could just buy it whenever you needed it and then just keep it.
Yeah, but I don't like that. There have been studies that it takes about 7 months once you decide to cancel your Netflix or like a account for you to actually get round to canceling it. Because people they go, oh, I'll cancel it. And then they see something that maybe interests them. And then I'll go, oh, I'll get round to that. So they keep their account. And then they go to cancel it. And then they see something they might want to watch. Or they do want to watch and they'll watch it. And then they'll go, oh, yeah, I'll keep it around for another. And then if eventually they'll cancel it. But it does take about 7 months, apparently.
I think the one that I'm unlikely to cancel is my Amazon Prime. Because I use it with deliveries and stuff. I think,
I'm never going to, I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of Amazon Prime. Because I use it a lot.
Yeah,
and I use it for Twitch. I use it. See, Netflix is the one that I can drop.
Yeah,
because
same.
Amazon Prime is too useful and it's cheap.
Yeah.
Netflix is only Netflix. Disney, I like a lot of stuff on Disney. They're filling it with a load of crap because it's all Fox stuff. I'm like, yeah.
I'm liking
bring
Disney
on
Plus
the Fox
more
stuff.
now.
Yeah, bring the Fox stuff that I actually want to watch. They've added My Name as Earl, and I really want to watch My Name as Earl again because that was a great show. I'm sad they cancelled that before that finished up. But yeah, I think it will be interesting to see if this happens, and I will probably keep it, but my friends might get locked out, so sucks to be them.
Anyway,
it doesn't affect me at all because it's my fucking account. So
let's go on. I think we talked enough about headliners, so let's go into the weird, wacky, wonderful world. Where I've got 5 more headlines. So the first
I was
one,
going because this one's tasty.
Very tasty. Krispy Kreme sparks controversy.
Krispy Kreme.
I think it's creme in America. Krispy Kreme in UK. Krispy Kreme sparks controversy.
It says creme.
I don't know. I think it's American.
What cretins call it creme?
I'm pretty sure it's creme in America.
No, it's Krispy Kreme in America. I've never heard an American call it creme.
Whatever. I've heard of some from Krispy
Anyway,
Kreme.
get to the point.
Anyway, Krispy Kreme sparks controversy by offering a free donut to anyone vaccinated.
Yeah, so this is running all year until people get vaccinated. So anyone who goes and gets vaccinated, if they bring in proof to a Krispy Kreme donut, you can get a free Krispy Kreme donut.
Yeah, and of course
they've
people
done
are
more
pissed off by this because it's the anti-vaxxers saying it's our right to not have a vaccine.
Yeah, well, you don't get a donut then. Good for you. Like, Krispy Kreme has done more to get people interested in getting a vaccine than the government has. Like, America... Like, this is great. I want this. I hope this rolls over to the UK.
Oh, yeah, I know. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'd love to just pop into my local Tesco's and have a Krispy Kreme donut, show my fucking vaccination when I get one eventually in 20 years, and then go, yes, I've got a Krispy Kreme donut. It'll be fun.
Oh, no, it's one free donut a day for the rest of the year.
Oh, damn. Fuck me. Diabetes, man. Diabetes is going to be your biggest worry. Not
I think that's another reason why people get pissed off about it, because they're offering a free donut every day.
Well, fuck it. Why not? That's not a lot. That's not. If it was like a whole container, like the 12-pack ones.
Yeah.
Like if you got a 12-pack every day, that would be excessive. But no, for a day, that's not a problem.
Apparently, Krispy Kreme are even going to be paying their workers to get the vaccine.
Oh, that's good. Like I don't know why the government hasn't made it mandatory for people who are working to get time off of work to go get the vaccine and get paid still.
I think they're just basically letting the companies do it themselves. I mean,
yeah.
I
don't know what my
every single company
is.
in the UK is allowing it. I don't know if a single company isn't allowing it.
I don't know what my company's I think my company's policy is, because I know people who have got vaccinated who work where I work. So,
yeah,
and they seem to just be able to drop off and go and get it, and then. But for me, it's a little more difficult because I have to go.
Pretty much, most people in the UK have common sense and go, "Yes, go get vaccinated."
Oh no, I know some people at work who are like anti-vaccine.
Oh yeah, I know some of that. I mean like workplaces.
Yeah.
Like the actual bosses are sensible enough to go, yes, go get your vaccine.
Well, a lot of American companies are. It's just the people.
Yeah,
like,
people.
Like, despite Texas basically going, hey, everything can open and you don't have to wear a mask in public, all of the businesses are still going, yeah, you have to wear a mask in our private business because it's private property, and if you don't wear a mask, we can kick you out. And a lot of people are kicking up a fuss because they're like, but I don't have to wear one outside anymore. Yeah, this is private business, private property, and we can do what we want.
Yeah.
We want people to wear masks in our buildings.
Well, personally, I've had enough of anti-vaxxers. They're driving me nuts. So let's go on.
You know what everyone loves, Dan? The Simpsons.
Oh, The Simpsons. Everyone loves The Simpsons. I actually did watch Simpsons this week. I watched that episode. But
I haven't watched The Simpsons in ages.
Yeah. Anyway, a Simpsons word has now been added to a dictionary.
Yes. Embiggen.
Yeah, embiggen.
Isn't it? It was embiggen.
Yeah.
I don't remember what episode this is from.
This was from Jebediah episode, where they find out Jebediah is like a traitor or whatever.
Oh, yeah, not a good person.
Yeah, but they still celebrate him anyway.
Because, every American, every historical figure turns out to be a bad person, but we still praise them anyway, because the lie is better. And
embiggens just means enlarge.
But it wasn't a word until now.
Yeah, it's a bit strange, isn't it, really?
I don't think I've ever used the word, so
no, never have.
My life that
well, it's only just now been added to the official World Dictionary. It was actually added to the US Dictionary back in.
This isn't the first time The Simpsons has added a word to the dictionary, though. Dough is a word now.
Yeah,
that was officially added.
I mean, imagine having the power to just add any word you want to the dictionary.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.
It goes to show the cultural impact of The Simpsons.
It's mad.
It's 37 seasons, maybe?
No, they're just doing 32. So 32 was the last season, and then it just got confirmed for 2 more seasons.
Oh, and another movie.
And another movie.
I look forward to that. For a while. Yeah, I want to see that, because I like the first one.
I like the first one. And they're probably, they've been working on a second one.
And for some odd reason, they chose to show the child's dick. They show parts of for some odd reason in the Simpsons movie,
it is not a family show.
Yeah, but still, it's a child.
It was a PG, but it's not a family show.
No.
There's too many things I just...
That never clicked with me when I watched it
No,
originally.
it never did either.
But yeah, it's a 10-year-old's dick.
Yeah.
Animated child's dick, but still a child's dick.
All right, let's stop talking about this.
Cancel The Simpsons.
Let's go on to a man finds a shrimp tails in Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal after that company tries to pass off as sugar.
Yeah, so this is genuinely an insane tale because I think it's still developing.
Tale. I see what we did there.
Yes, intentional. But yeah, so basically a very like a verified man on Twitter who's I think like a director and quite a famous person. I can't get into it because the fucking ad blocker and the Independent is pissing me off, and I don't want to cancel. But yeah, so basically, Jensen Karp, a TV writer and TV producer, says he allegedly found shrimp tails in his Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and then the company tried to gaslight him into thinking that it was just sugar, like clumps of sugar. And then there was also little like potentially rat droppings.
Oh, that's
and
bad.
The bag was and the bag was apparently resealed.
What is America doing?
And so he's gone to take, and the company was basically like, well, you need to give the box and everything back to our company so that we can investigate this internally. And he's like, no, because you tried to gaslight me because you said it wasn't shrimp, and I can tell it's shrimp because it looks like shrimp tails, dried up shrimp tails that are cinnamon toast crunched. And they were like, oh, no, that's just clumps of sugar that you're clearly insane and you shouldn't do that. So he's like, well, no, and they're like, oh, you need to give us the shrimp tails and we'll go and investigate them. And he's like, I'll give you one so I can go do my own independent one. And they're like, no, you can't do that. And they told him to go to the police if he had any queries, and they were like, I'm not going to go to the police and yell at them about my shrimp tails and my Cinnamon Toast Crunch because I'll look like an insane person. But I think this story is also getting more and more crazy. I think the dude's apparently not a great person, but then they're still like, it's just an insane tale, and I think I recommend anyone go and look into this because it gets crazy. It's just mad.
Yeah.
And who would have thought shrimp tails in cereal and rat droppings and resealed bags and stuff would be the big thing of the week.
Yeah, who knew?
At least on Twitter.
I mean, America's food standards are appalling.
Yeah, I'm just
look at them McDonald's.
I don't care
how much chemicals.
But the thing is, but you think if this was someone who was allergic to shellfish, they'd be fucking dead.
Yeah, it is really bad. It's so bad in America.
And like people have come out and said that they've found other stuff in other, because I think Cinnamon Toast Crunch is owned by a big company and who like do food, and other people have found other products from the other companies that also contain shrimp. So I don't know what the fuck they're doing with shrimp, that it's just in all of their foods at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is bad, and especially the rat droppings that look like little, because they're like, you can see pictures of it, and it's like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch with little black bars. And it's like the theory is that a rat or something broke into one of their containers, shat in it, ate, and dragged some shrimp.
What's a rat doing in your container?
Unhygienic.
Exactly, yeah, it's terrible. Well, talk about something else that's completely terrible and very upsetting. The human penises are shrinking because of pollution.
Well, this is one way to get men to fucking care about climate change. Because man, is the world a crazy thing. So penises are shrinking and genitals become malformed because of pollution. An environmental scientist has warned in a new book detailing the challenges facing human reproduction. Dr. Shanna Swan writes that humanity is facing an existential crisis in fertility rates as results of, oh, this is going to be a big word, phthalates, a chemical used when manufacturing plastics that impacts the hormone-producing endocrine system. As a result of this pollution, a growing number of babies are being born with small penises, Dr. Swan writes. Why are you looking at baby penises? But no, crazy.
It's
Poor kids. I'm glad I grew up with a good one.
I think I might have been affected by this.
Maybe. You are a 2000 baby.
Yeah, I might got affected by that, you know.
So yeah, I might have just passed the threshold to not be affected. But yeah, crazy. What a headline.
Yeah, the most mad thing is, it's from Sky News.
Yeah, so take it with a grain of salt.
Well, no, I just didn't expect Sky News to have a headline like this. This is like a headline that's from like Daily Express or like a really kind of
The Sun.
Not like Sky News.
Well, that just shows you the seriousness of the matter.
It's very serious.
Yep, because a man is affected, and that's the only thing that matters.
Anyway, the
penultimate...
Doesn't matter to the
whim.
I was going to say, well, the penultimate headline, because I'm starting to fall asleep. Amazon's Donara workers urinating in bottles puts the P in PR fiasco.
Yeah, so basically a bunch of journalists were writing up about Amazon's unionization problems, because Amazon is trying to cut a lot of unionization of their workforce because they don't want people to unionize. And this a guy tweeted at Amazon going, paying workers $15 an hour doesn't make your progressive workplace when your union busts and make workers urinate in water bottles. And Amazon News, which is a verified Twitter account for Amazon, goes, one of two. You don't really believe the peeing in bottle things, do you? If that were true, nobody would work for us. The truth is that we have over 1 million incredible employees around the world who are proud of what they do and have great wages and healthcare from day one. 2 of 2. We hope you can enact policies that... Okay, yeah, because this was a politician.
Right.
We hope that you can enact policies that get other employers to offer what we already do. And then every news journalist who has ever covered Amazon's workplace practices comes out of the woodworks going... Here is evidence that all your most of your employees are peeing in bottles in trucks, vans, workplaces because your practices of keeping your employees there under strict workforce timeframes, and you don't give them reasonable working hours, and everything just came flooding out, and it does not look good for Adam. Potentially. But all of the journalists who have covered this before come out and show evidence and notices for independent contracted things for Amazon.
It's not looking good.
No, Amazon is notoriously bad at treating their workforce.
Yes, but however, I get Prime.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a double-edged sword. We're not great. Amazon is good in some aspects, bad in some, but you kind of can't compete with a $1 trillion company at this point.
Amazon has good products, but they treat the workforce bad.
It's still insane to me that I think someone worked it out. Jeff Bezos could give every one of his employees $109,000 and still have more money than he started the pandemic with.
That's insane.
As a one-time payment, he could pay every single one of his employees $109,000, and he'd still have more money than he started the pandemic with, and he'd still be a billionaire.
That's just not true. Surely that's not true. Wait, 109?
No, it's 100 million. It's like 1 million employees apparently.
That's 197 billion.
Yeah, he's a trillionaire.
Oh yeah, I suppose that's much more money, isn't it?
Amazon is a $1 trillion company, so
that's insane.
You scale the amount of money Amazon makes comparatively to how much they can pay their employees if they wanted to.
Well, now we know why they're going to game development, because they can afford it.
Yep, yeah.
And maybe those employees would be also
it's the Barbara Streisand effect right here. You don't talk about it, and people won't bring it up.
Yeah.
Because it's you don't want to talk about it because no one knows about it if you don't talk about it. And if you acknowledge it, people who know about it will start bringing it up. And then you shoot yourself in the foot because you look like a dumbass.
Well, I said this was a penultimate. I was wrong. This is the final one. I just got my thing wrong.
Congrats.
Yeah. I think that's it for this week. Thank you for listening. Check out our socials in the description below.
Yep. I have finally figured out what is going on with the YouTube account.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it seems to be skipping uploading some and not uploading others, and I finally figured out why it's doing that. So it will hopefully be fixed. I don't think by the next one, but the one after.
Excellent. That's what we need to know.
Yep. Apologies.
I hope you enjoyed this longer episode.
Yep.
I hope you also enjoyed our Justice League last Friday.
Yeah.
Forgot to plug it. So go check it out now.
Once again, we will be doing a short review of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier episodes. We will get onto it. And then we will be doing a full, completely different wrap-up of what we actually thought, and a quicker, more in-depth version of the review. But yeah.
That's it.
Hopefully you have a good week. We'll see you on Friday.
Bye.
Peace out, everybody.